Right, so hello to whoever's watching this. This is actually the first take of the video. Let's hope this goes right because sometimes I have to, retry them. Um, so yeah, there was. I recently had still ChatGPT Premium, and I have once used the deep research feature because maybe I didn't use it many times because it takes quite a while actually. And what I researched is basically this. This was the first thing I said in this chat. It was only two prompts. Was this one? Please research what the best memorization methods are and tell me. And that is while having put the deep research function on. So chat says, sure, can you clarify a few things to help me tailor the research? What kind of material are you trying to memorize, e.g. vocabulary, facts, concepts, or numbers? Is this a specific purpose that you're studying for exams, long-term retention, or professional training? Do you do you have a preferred format, e.g. apps, physical methods, mental techniques? Once I have a bit more context, I can find the most effective memorization methods for your needs. And I said to that, and then we'll get to the good stuff after this. It's really quick, don't worry. Basically, for studying anything, either facts or fields like science, and becoming as smart and as powerful as possible at a young age. Alright, so, and then the magic starts. Let's see if this is good. I don't know. Because I want to delete this chat and probably like have this out there, in case it's good. So yeah, got it. This is what chat said. Got it. I'll research the most effective memorization methods for studying a wide range of material, especially strategies that support deep learning, long-term retention, and overall intellectual growth from a young age. I'll focus both on traditional techniques like space retention and memory palaces, and modern tools such as digital flashcard apps or brain training methods, as well as any age-specific tips for maximizing cognitive performance. I didn't want to put too much emphasis into the age, but maybe it took that. But hopefully it doesn't really ruin the goal of this research, which is to find the most effective ones, right? Like I don't maybe if I could do it again, I would say that don't put too much weight in the age thing. I say that because I'm young and I want to, at a young age, become basically a genius. You could say that's a very like unrealistic goal, but whatever, dude. It's doesn't matter. Let's just keep going because I don't want to waste too much time talking about this. I know you'll get bored. All right, research completed in 7 minutes, and it actually researched 25 sources, so probably visited 25 different websites. Best memorization methods for deep learning and long-term retention. I'll flip the camera real quick so that you can see what my screen is seeing. Let me do FN11 so that it's full screen. All right. You see, that was the prompt. There it is. Okay, I'm about to read all of this to you, but you can read it yourself if this phone actually captured all the text, and you can pause it in each and every single moment. But anyways, yeah, these were the initial two. I already read this. So, let's go. Damn, I don't look so ugly in this video today. This is pretty nice. Wow, I'm so beautiful. I'm kidding. Like I said, best memorization methods for deep learning and long-term retention. Becoming smart and powerful at a young age involves not just absorbing facts, but truly understanding and retaining the knowledge so you can apply it flexibly. Below is a structured overview of the most effective memorization and learning strategies. These include classic cognitive techniques, modern technology tools, and the key lifestyle factors that support memory. Each method is explained with practical implementation, tips, and a comparison table on top. The table on top methods is provided at the end, and a comparison table on top of top methods is provided at the end. That's what I wanted to say. Sorry. Spaced retention, the spacing effect. Right, there's an image here. I'll show it to you. There it is, and there is me. All right, so you can see that. Maybe you can pause it and see. I don't know what it's about. I'm not gonna waste too much time reading it because I'm trying to read something to you. All right, learn something, forgetting curve, review materials. Okay. Retention of information, study. Okay. Cool. Uh, illustration of how spaced interview counters. How spaced. Sorry. Illustration of how spaced review counters the forgetting curve, improving long-term retention. Basically, I think it's taking breaks or something. We'll see. Spaced retention is an evidence-based learning technique that involves reviewing information at increasing intervals over time. This was research in Wikipedia. Instead of cramming, you revisit the material periodically, e.g., after 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month, etc. Ideally, right before you would have forgotten it. This leverages the psychological spacing effect, where information is retained much better when study sessions are spread out. Research shows that using space retention significantly what the fuck, I cannot speak, sorry, boosts long-term memory and learning efficiency. Again, Wikipedia. This was first explored by Hermann Ebbinghaus in the 1880s with the forgetting curve, which demonstrates how quickly we can forget new information and how timely reviews can reset the curve. In practice, space retention is often done with flashcards. Newer difficult cards are reviewed frequently, while older, easier ones are reviewed less often. This technique is especially useful for learning factual information, vocabulary, dates, or formulas that needs to be retained indefinitely. And I think this is exactly what is used when you learn Japanese and when you have to learn the vocabulary, or maybe when you learn Chinese as well. You have to learn certain characters, and basically you have flashcards for it. And there is a good app for that. If you research it and you really want to find it, you will find it. But there are apps for this because they're like in code and computer. There's many things that you can do, and you remove the limits of having it like on hand. You don't have to write them, you don't have to store them in a certain place. You have, and it's much quicker to go shuffle through them, right? And maybe you can even have an artificial intelligence that basically gives you different flashcards and it basically reviews the information again and again and again. I think it would be pretty effective if there was a studying method where you have to, is basically like multiple choice, and the artificial intelligence, or maybe just a program, a mathematical program, would see which ones you get wrong most of the time and basically try and get you to practice those more often. And this is just how it works. It's really simple if you really try to think about it and understand it, because it's really simple, and it would work. Of course, if you want to accomplish something, you will find the way. That's a rule of life. If you really genuinely want something, especially if you want it closely to as much as you want to breathe, if you want it that bad, you will most likely find it. Most likely, because obviously there are exceptions. Like, for example, what the fuck if you are extremely dumb, which you're probably not. So, how to implement. Break study material into bite-sized Q&A pairs or flashcards. Review them in spaced intervals. For example, quiz yourself on a new fact on the same day, then on the next day, then a few days later, then a week later, and so on. Many learners use the LEITNER box system, Linter, I think it is. I don't know, or software that mimics it, to organize paper flashcards into daily, weekly review piles. And since it is done with code and done with a computer, and the computer can display many things and quite quickly, basically you can not theoretically, but really you could reach near the limit of how much information a human can take in at a time. So this could prove to be quite useful, actually. And maybe I'll make different sections of this video, because we're already 9 minutes in, and I only have 48 minutes left in my phone. So basically, whenever I upload a video, I have to delete it because it's almost like overflowing the amount of space that I have. So yeah. And I think the only problem with this is that you would basically have to digest more, not more information, but more time into the information, because you would basically be rereading um, perhaps the most crucial ones, the most crucial pieces of information. But you could probably plug in the 80-20 rule, which is that you would learn the 20% of the most important things, which would serve you, you could say, or be useful to you for 80% of that field. So yeah, this is probably all just theory. You have to actually try this out to in order to really get the benefits of it and improve it for yourself and have, know for sure. All right. The key is to schedule reviews before forgetting sets. Each sets in, okay, point and comma. Each successful recall allows you to extend it to the next interval over time. This efficient spacing ensures knowledge moves into your long-term memory, combining spaced repetition with active recall, described next, yields particularly strong results. I don't know if you've noticed this, but it is also pretty easy to comprehend. I know this because I see it. You could too. It's not like a genius thing. The more you think about something, the more it is engraved into your mind. The more it is recoded into your brain. The more those neurons, whether it is for muscle memory when it comes to a skill that you're learning, or simply memory when it comes to something that you are overthinking, even if it's a bad thing, or especially if it's a bad thing, then the more you think about it, the more it is engraved in your mind, and the less likely you are to forget it. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, because if you, I don't know, you fucking see a dead person in the street and you have trauma because of that, and you're revisiting that memory. If you do that like 15 times, you will never forget about that day until you get over it. But that is another topic. The thing is that when something is reused in your brain, when those neurons that hold that information are reused, they get strengthened. And that's why practice makes perfect. And that is why recall makes good memory of that. So yeah, why it works. Spacing out reviews, fucking hell. Spacing out reviews combats forgetting and reinforces memory traces more effectively than master practice. I cannot fucking read. Holy shit. Each session reactivates knowledge, just as it is fading, which strengthens neural connections. This technique has been proven to speed up learning and improve retention across many domains. Basically, all of this was in Wikipedia, okay, but doesn't make it non-factual. The most non-factual things that you can find on Wikipedia are historical records or things that have anything to do with political standpoints, because those are the ones that people would want to edit. Because, for example, if there's something related to math or something like that, like for example, you go to a page in Wikipedia that talks about addition, nobody's going to want to edit that. Everybody knows that it's what factually addition is, like 2 + 2 is 4. Nobody's going to want to edit that. So things that are more practical and that are not based on debatable facts are the most likely not to be edited or wrongly edited in Wikipedia. So those are things that you can put more trust into, because it is said that about 80 to 85% of Wikipedia articles are true, and you could say that's a low number, especially when compared to other sites. But the thing is, when it comes to these things, don't worry, okay? Like if you want to study things like math or things that are simply objective, and you want to research those things in Wikipedia, that is a really good place to learn them. Why it works, okay, yeah. Spacing out reviews combats forgetting and reinforces memory traces more effectively than mass practice. Each session, holy shit, the tongue twister, reactivates knowledge just as it is fading, which strengthens neural connections, like I was saying earlier. Those neural connections when it comes to a skill. If you repeat that skill, like, you get better at it basically, or you make less mistakes at it because it is more engraved into your mind. Or if you remember something as well, if you recall it several times, then you will not forget it. It is most of the time the things that you don't recall in your mind, either consciously or subconsciously, the things that you end up forgetting when it comes to you studying for any type of exam, whether it's history, things that are factual, or whether it's math, basically skills, the ability for you to solve a certain type of problem. Let's say, I don't know, fucking calculus, the ability for you to integrate and all that shit. If you revisit that in your mind, you are more likely not to forget it. So this technique has been proven to speed up learning and improve retention across many domains. For example, medical students, language learners, like I said, when learning Japanese and Chinese, and competitive memorizers all used space retention to retain vast amounts of information with high accuracy. And then there's active recall, but we're already fucking 16 minutes in. And holy shit, it takes me some time to say these things, but I don't want to just put the phone recording. And by the way, the video's already done. I just want to explain something. I don't want to just put the phone on recording the screen or something, because I could put the phone recording the screen and basically just scroll down as it says those things and put it in read out loud mode, but like
Best memorization methods for deep learning and long-term retention. Becoming smart and powerful at a young age involves not just absorbing fact.
You get what I'm saying, right? There is many people that are, and this is a cool nother topic, and maybe I'll make a separate video on it. There's many people that are doing content in social media, and especially in shorts, things like that, that it's AI, and there was no effort put into those things. The thing is, people are not fucking stupid. They will notice when you have put zero effort on your things, and that would basically make your content useless. Like, yeah, you could make a motivational video, because there are those motivational video that putting several different images that are basically templates of an AI site, and putting like a voice like this one, for example, behind it, saying that, if you want to succeed, you have to work hard. Wow, okay, bro. Like, those are the exact kind of videos that get 2 likes, right? I can't be saying shit, because that is exactly what I get. I at best get like 4 views in my videos right now, but there's many reasons behind that. At least not being original is not one of them. So yeah, or at least I hope not. But yes, there you go. That is the first method. Space repetition. Thank you.